Any last words?
Uh,
I'll be sure to tell them to you when we meet face to face.
Downloading personal histories. Looking for known relatives. Looking
Oh,
for
that
friends.
sucks. Okay, let's just get to work. Coriolis just kind of rushes forward.
Rushing forwards towards the floating bot, or where exactly?
Probably the bigger threat, to be honest. The military drones that are just sort of like crossing the bridge. They're still on the bridge, right?
Yeah, they're still in between where you came in. Well, there's multiple different locations, but the closest ones are the ones coming over from where you just came from, the bridge.
All right, I'm gonna take my gravity powers and I'm just gonna crush the bridge. Just like, essentially, just crumple it or split it in half or something.
Hate asking for it, but you know, give me your freak.
Yeah, I got you.
Because this is powers.
Full hit. Jeez.
Whew.
The benefits of having Freak 3.
Give us that description.
You kind of just see Coriolis just almost levitate forward and push and bound through. And he lands down, he hunches his shoulders a little bit, and he sort of claws and crumples his hands into a little fist. And you just kind of see him watch as like the iron beams that are sort of suspending the bridge from from the current platform to the next one with all the machines and robots that are still on it just sort of just fold in on themselves, and metal, and you just hear this nasty and loud sound of metal just sort of cracking and grinding against each other until it's just all this one big ball, and he just sort of throws it down.
wow.
Nova is novaing.
Yep, the Nova is Novang.
Okay.
And also,
So,
I was wondering if I could also charge up my flares or my burn as well.
Yes, let's see. What is... Isn't that its own roll?
Yes, it is.
Okay, give me that roll.
Let's do it! I'm gonna get so many conditions. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Take 3 burn.
All right.
wow.
I'm rolling super well today.
Yeah, seriously.
Kind of sucks because I need potential.
Eclipse.
Ah.
Ah,
Well,
your entire
Mechanator.
family. This machine's looking directly at you, Eclipse. Ah, so many targets. Let's go after the grandmother. Yes, sending 1 legion of machines to last known location.
I am going to send shadows out onto that bot, try and like crush it. If I can.
This place is pretty dark, so that's more... Give me your freak roll.
Okay. Oh, would this be it? Directly engage the threat?
Directly engage the threat has... I generally consider that more to do with your physical. So if you're like kicking it, punching it, or something like that, even if you have super strength or something like that, that's still engaged directly. But you're using your powers here.
Fair enough.
That's what I thought. Yep.
Mark potential. As your shadows leap on this thing, It kind of, they drag it down, and it loses altitude because the solidifying of their form causes it to have to support weight, and it just can't do it. However, there's no exact damage. It is just being slowly lowered. It's not plummeting at a rate that it's going to be damaged. And it's at this point, you feel the platform that you're on above this massive engineering bay, as it were, begin to shake as on either side mechanized, militaristic looking droids, whatever you want to call them, appear.
Battle droids. Roger.
Augury.
Augury is going to do the not smart thing. She's going to run straight into the militarized droids, or towards them. She's going to pick up the nearest heavy object and try to toss it at them and knock them all down like bowling pins. And while she's doing it, she's also going to deliberately try and taunt the Mechanator by saying something along the lines of, I don't know, you're just bluffing. You wouldn't actually send robots after our families, because we're already here causing you trouble. Even if you did, it wouldn't solve the problem of us being here, would it? You're scared. If you really want to find out why we're here, you should come talk to us instead of hiding behind your little tin creations.
Okay.
So that's going to be directly engage a threat and provoke somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to need 2 rolls from you since that's...
So directly engaging the threat first.
Either one's
is this
first.
Go on.
I was just going to say, it doesn't really matter which one's first.
Is this also the point in time where Augury's new advancement takes shape?
No.
Oh.
And I have a thought about that.
Okay, I'll follow your lead then. Any situational bonus here, other than the ones I'm already getting from being afraid and angry?
No. However, if you do succeed on this... Okay,
well, I didn't. Well.
Do we have team?
Yes, you
I
always
don't
have
think-
to.
Oh.
Wait, I don't know if... Yeah, it wouldn't help unless maybe we just kind of spend both team. me and Eclipse. Because I know how I can help. I can just make the pipe shift and bend in space.
So do I roll my provoke someone now?
Yes, you may.
Oh no.
Oh,
Okay.
So in other words, the provocation either works or it backfires in the worst possible. Second.
I think they just don't listen. They don't take the bait.
So, here's the thing. Coriolis and Augury are literally having exact opposite roles right now.
I know.
I am going to need take a powerful blow as one of these bots grabs the metal pipe mid-air and then hurls it directly back at Augury.
Oh.
Oh no.
So, can I go ahead and get that roll?
Sorry, is it me making the roll?
Yes.
Okay, hang on a second then.
Take a powerful blow.
So, take a powerful blow. In theory, this is something I should actually be good at now.
That's... Oh, no. That's bad.
Yes,
You
but
want
I mean, at least I actually succeeded at something.
No, you want to fail this roll.
Yes, I know, but at least I still got a success.
So, on a 10 plus, you must remove yourself from the situation, flee, pass out, etc. lose control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way, or two options from the 7 to 9 list, which are you lash out verbally and provoke a team member to foolhardy action or take advantage of your influence to inflict a condition. You give ground, your opposition gets an opportunity. You struggle past the pain, mark 2 conditions.
Do I choose?
Yeah.
You choose.
Okay, hang on 1 second.
Yeah. Damn.
So,
Didn't work. My computer is dying is the problem.
while he takes care of that, Coriolis, you see a lot of bad things getting ready to happen here.
Yes.
Not to mention the ones that were not crushed and dismantled on the bridge are now, they were on the far side, are now basically creating a bridge of their own. They're not building it out of raw materials, they're building it out of themselves.
Like ants.
Kind of.
That's crazy, man. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
What to do? What to do?
Okay, there we go. I think I got that fixed.
All right.
So,
So
I
what
get-
option do you choose? Yes.
let's see. I think it would be really interesting if Augury lost control of herself and her powers in a terrible way. Could do some interesting role-playing by having her get overwhelmed by the horror and majesty of the world beyond the wall.
All right. If you don't mind me taking a little bit of liberty here.
Sure.
It's never a good idea. It's never a good thing when you see the GM stretching and cracking his knuckles. You know, that's usually not a good sign, is it? So, Augury, as this thing flings the metal pipe back,
Alright, so, in that case, to describe.
for
So,
we're gonna
Augury gets pummeled by the robot. He went in too deep. They are not being merciful. And after a moment, the ground around her erupts with jagged crystals that spark with power. She is floating, her eyes are glowing, and she has a loud, echoing voice now. You hear her intone. Eridani intersects with Beetlejuice. Sirius shines bright in the heavens, and I rise, ready to consume all life. So now, she's actually standing a chance against the robots, but she's been pushed back. She is now dangerously close to Eclipse and Coriolis, and is not pulling punches. They are in the line of fire. She is focused solely on destruction. Maybe not the best.
and as your powers somewhat rip,
I can't hear a word you're saying.
Oh.
Is it any problem?
that's I think a you problem.
Yeah.
Well, he wouldn't hear that.
Oh, there we are. I can hear you all now.
Okay, there we go.
And as
Sorry,
your
what I meant.
powers rip through different fabrics of reality, tell us the one of the beings that walks through. Told you I had a thought about this.
Okay. And so there are more than one that walk.
I'm more interested in the one that was discussed over break.
Okay. So through one of these portals, a small, stumpy-looking creature drops out of the portal. It walks on all fours on rather short legs. It is squat-bodied with a large head. The fierceness of its long front fangs is belied by the adorable gaze in its glowing yellow eye. The thing seems to be covered in the same bismuth crystals that make up the magic that Augury uses. And it has absolutely no trouble witnessing the chaos she unleashes and deciding to follow her into it. You see it, what it is doing is basically what it would look like if you saw a Boston Terrier chewing on a knot of rope, except instead it is latched to the back of one of the Machinator's robots, ripping out its CPU core. So for the moment, you can assume this strange creature is at least against the enemy's side, if not on.
Coriolis,
Yes.
what would you like to do with all this chaos going on right beside you and you realizing that the bots are creating a bridge?
Well, could just fly over and probably just start like punching it and just fighting them all. Or I could just do gravity again. But where else are robots and battle droids sort of circulating around us
All right.
aside from the bridge?
So, as stated, you are kind of on a ledge around this very large engineering lab. Let's just call it that.
Sure.
They are essentially pouring in every entrance onto this platform. So, you're essentially surrounded by a mass of machines. They're all on the far side. They're to your left, to your right, and directly in front of you since you're facing where the bridge is. The only spot that is completely clear is obviously the hole that you would leap over the railing, to get down to the bottom floor. That still has its own bots, but none of those seem to be the mechanized version or the militarized version. There we go.
Okay. Well, I could just work to destroy them all. By channeling a reality storm and using one of my flares.
Okay. Oh.
So you channel a destructive burst with your powers. Spend 1 burn to directly engage a threat using your powers, rolling freak instead of danger.
Mm-hmm.
If you do, you will cause unwanted collateral damage unless you spend another burn.
I have a feeling collateral damage is not in Coral. It's not part of his worry right now.
I will not spend another burn. The die has decided. I rolled a d4.
Those who covet injury will find it in no short supply, no?
Yeah, you guys might be
in her,
You guys might be hit.
yeah, in her episode, we might call it.
So I'm going to directly engage a threat using freak on everybody. The target is the robots, but
Which robots? Just specifically.
all of them.
Okay, fair enough.
All of them.
I mean,
It's a
I guess
reality storm.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see. Roll freak. Another 12. What is going on?
I don't know.
It's that
Coriolis is good luck, and I have
I only need one
less
more.
good luck.
One more potential to get an advancement.
However, full hit still is collateral damage.
Yes.
Why don't you...
So technically that's a directly engage a threat, so I resist and avoid their blows. And I guess I'll say I frighten the opposition. More specifically, the Mechanator.
Tell us how you do this.
Okay, so Coriolis, you just all see him sort of elevate up into the very center mass of the area or the room. and you just kind of feel a current of wind start to pass through in you. It's like a chill, and it gets more powerful, more powerful, more powerful as more wind and energy and mass essentially is drawn into his central being. The air around him and his, like, it looks like his chest in himself, or like a ball of energy in his chest, is starting to become massively discolored with dark matter. He crouches forward, and then with a loud yell, he just sort of releases it all. You just kind of see dark mattered energy just spiral everywhere into this one great wave that just sort of pushes back and mangles anything of... Well, his target is like inorganic matter, so he's not trying to crush and compress you guys, but anything that he's trying to hit will generally just get a lot of pressure smacked across them or possibly mangled.
So, Eclipse, take a powerful hit.
I'm sorry,
Augury.
guys.
I'll give you an option here, because you are currently already within the throes of losing yourself in a terrible way. You can either take another powerful blow, or mark your doom track.
Doom track needs more powers. Oof, I'm sorry, Eclipse.
Oh, this is actually perfect.
What? Which one are you gonna choose?
I'm going to remove myself from the situation. Just, I imagine this being like, she's already afraid. Her grandma's been threatened. He sees her two teammates just being conduits of absolute power. And,
Oh no.
and the last time she tried to do something, it's like just pulled this robot gently to the ground with her shadows. She's just like, nope.
Running away?
Oh, Eclipse.
Yeah. Teleporting out. Sorry, guys.
Aw.
You would also get to, if you have afraid, you would also get to mark that off.
Oh, do I? Oh, yeah.
Technically, you're running from something difficult.
Yeah.
But you are now out of this scene.
Yeah.
So,
Question. Does it... Where do I go? Do I choose where I go?
you'll find out.
Okay.
Augury. Do we have audio from you again? No.
I'd forgotten to unmute myself.
Oh,
Forgive
there
me.
we go.
There we go. So,
So I get the choice between either taking another powerful blow or marking my doom track, right?
yes.
Honestly, Augury would probably mark her doom track. She'll keep descending down.
Awesome.
So, go ahead and clear your doom track and take a doom sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
More powers.
Also, closer to her doom. But, you
It's
know.
okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Are we all?
Now,
Well.
Augury. What's next up for you? Remember that your powers are not within your control, so I'm going to do weird things here.
That's fine. We'll make it portal. Augury gains the ability to control her dimensional portals more precisely.
All right. So what do you wish to do? These robots definitely seem a little bit more resilient than your standard fare. They are taking damage. They are clearly weakened by what Coriolis is doing, but they are not out yet.
Augury is probably just going to keep wading into the carnage to keep fighting. That is the entire focus of her will at the moment. She can't really clear her mind of it, think of something else, which is exactly how this. That she can only focus on that one.
Okay. And give me danger for directly engaging this threat.
Okay.
Full hit, so you get
Oh,
two.
hit.
Get two on the list.
For at least a moment.
So what two do you want from the list?
Oh. We'll make it resist or avoid their blows and create an opportunity for your ally.
What? So explain what opportunity you are creating for Coriolis here.
Well, figure Augury's powers manipulate the forces of reality. Coriolis can do some of that. He has gravity. Augury has been learning how to try and tap into the others because, as previously mentioned, her power uses magic to filter time. So she's probably going to basically create a short magnetic pulse that'll temporarily fry the robot. Not for long enough to, like, straight up disable them, but to give Coriolis a window of opportunity in which to slam them again before they start fighting back. Just a few seconds.
A few seconds is all I need.
You hear a voice call out from below. Fine then. Engage protocol. Alpha, Zeta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon. And from below you, Coriolis, you are somewhat aware of a very loud whirring sound as something below you powers up. What would you like to do?
Well, I do have that opportunity that my teammate so graciously gave me.
Yes.
So already just charged and powered up. He is going to try and essentially just finish off the rest of the battle droids. He keeps a mental note of the whirring and the mechanical and probably something really big that's about to pop up out of nowhere underneath him. But essentially what he's going to do is shift gravity and dark matter around him, himself personally, so that way he can essentially dilate time and just punch and destroy like all the robots that he can within those few seconds that he has.
That feels like danger to me.
All right, danger. I got a 1. Let's do this. It's a hit. So I'll resist and avoid their blows.
All right. As
You can just kind of see Augury, you just see like Coriolis turn into a blur, essentially, and you just see him just go, and all these robots are just essentially just getting bashed in and destroyed. Time dilation.
And in the next moment, the entire ship shakes as the massive robot beneath you begins to move.
Uh-oh.
Using its hands, it begins to push its upper body up.
Okay.
Oh no.
So, Augury sees and she cackles. She's still in kind of a manic destroyer. Another fool for the fire? Let's not keep them waiting then. and she's gonna try and use her newfound portal technology to basically pop the thing through a portal part way, and then end the portal and basically try to cut it in half.
So
Oh yeah.
that's gonna
Is there a
be
bunch of
mark your doom track. Oh, well, yeah, because you're using portal, mark your doom track.
Yep.
And give me freak here because you are attempting to attack, so.
Great. And I get the +1 bonus from having Andromeda left around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Aw.
Actually, I'm gonna use team.
Oh?
Make that a 7. And so you're creating a portal to essentially cut the big robot in half, right?
Or attempt to
Attempt to.
unlimb part of it.
We could say like the big robot might see it coming and try to dodge out of the way, but at the last second, Coriolis manages to do his time dilation trick again, and he slows down the robot. So it gives you enough ample time to maybe cut part of it off.
Sounds good.
All right, so that turns into a 7, and we spend 1 team.
That also means that you either mark in condition or I tell you how unstable or temporary that is.
I'll choose to mark condition.
Okay, what condition?
We'll make that the insecure condition.
Make sure they don't leave here alive. You hear a voice echo from the bottom.
I imagine there's like some trembling a little bit in that voice too. I scared him.
Hard to tell through
Maybe-
the radio, but
Hard to tell.
possibly.
Maybe he's just doing a very good job of hiding it. This has probably happened to him
He's
before.
overcompensating.
He sounded more bored before. Now he's fully putting on the gravitas.
So, would you both roll take a powerful blow here?
Oh no!
Okay. This is something that Augury is probably not going to take well.
Oh yay! Oh my! Well, I got my advancement. Hey, you missed 2! Woo!
Woo!
Okay.
Weathered it.
Mark
That's
potential
good.
as normal and say how you weather the blow as this thing. I'm sorry, there's only one.
How does it try to kill us?
There's only one thing that comes to my mind, and that's Liberty Prime eye lasers.
Okay.
Not,
So it tries to laser us to death.
not only does it rip through you, essentially, but obviously you're going to tell me how you weather that. It rips through the ship with ease, too. So, like, now there's this gigantic hole behind where you were.
Augury has redirected the portal that she already had out to absorb the laser force and fire it upward and out of the ship. So now there's just a gigantic hole in the ceiling instead. Augury, like, aside from the fact that you can tell that her eyes are, like, kind of broken on the inside, but she's really not having a great time. On the surface, she looks like she's having a blast. But, a girl that pale probably shouldn't be wearing such a sadistic grin.
Coriolis?
I imagine the laser eyes probably would just try and beam and slice through him first, but he catches it at the last second, and using his enhanced speed given to him by his gravitational manipulation, he just sort of jumps out of the way and just somersaults through, looking stylish.
You hear a very audible, and the ship gives a shudder as this thing collapses.
Like the big machine?
Yes,
What about? Oh.
collapses. You hear a string of profanity coming from down below, something about capacitors being overloaded, so on and so forth.
So, I have a question. Is there anything left to fight in the room?
No, Coriolis kind of took care of that.
Okay, this is also presuming that Augury in her maddened state is now going to turn on Coriolis now. You reckon she would have enough self-control?
Ooh. I'd imagine Coriolis is like, oh, Augury, we did it! We did it! And then he turns towards you and you probably like do your magic stuff on it. Like,
Would she? I mean, on one hand, it's
maybe.
kind of my call, but it's also the
yeah, it's up to
GM's.
you. It's up to you.
Well, you already, let's see, lost control of yourself or your powers in a terrible way. Let's find out. Coriolis, take a powerful blow from Augury. On a miss, you'll be able to snap her out of it.
All right. Hey, another miss.
Tell us how.
What does Augury do though to try and hurt me?
Well, the thing Augury is probably going to try to do is she's going to still be levitating, still with the bismuth crystals of her magic sort of spinning around her, displaying a lot more power and control than usual, and she'll say, "Glory is a mortal illusion, a veil for the insignificant. We will all burn the fire of time, and you will follow." It's not floating very high off the ground, though.
That's cool and stuff, Augury, but we don't have to do that anymore. I think we won.
Augury has a perplexed expression on her face. She stops levitating. Her crystals immediately vanish. Then she drops to the ground like a puppet cuts strings and starts holding her head between her hands like she has the biggest headache of her life.
Oh crap. Hey, and he just kind of rushes towards Augury and he gets down on his knee and he like places a hand on her shoulder. He's like, "Hey, are you doing all right? Hey, we get it.
No.
We just gotta get out of here.
Um,
I'm gonna comfort and support her.
Yes.
I have mundane -2. He doesn't know how to be human because he's a god. But we'll see how it goes. Oh, it hits. It hits actually.
But we still need to get the tech waiter.
Well, we don't have to worry about that right now. This ship is probably gonna get out of here. But my concern right now is making sure that you, me, and he kind of looks around trying to find where Eclipse went. But just you right now is my main priority right now. I'm gonna get you out of here, okay? I promise. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine.
Okay, so that hits. Does that mean that Augury clears a condition?
If you hear my words, and yeah, you can choose to clear a condition.
Yeah, clear condition, shift a label, or mark potential, depending on what you want.
Definitely clearing a condition. I have too many of these. Not comfortable.
Which one are you clearing?
I have 4. Afraid, angry, guilty, and insecure.
So which one is being cleared?
It's probably going to be afraid.
I'm telling you, it's all okay.
Thanks, Coriolis. Yeah, let's just go.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Maybe we might be able to find the Mechanator, but honestly, we should probably just leave. And he gives his little carefree, but it's also a very warm smile to you as well as he tries to help you up.
I appreciate.
Do you know where Eclipse went?
Meanwhile,
Da-da-da-da.
Eclipse. As you
Hello?
materialize, you seem to be... Well, you don't exactly know where you seem to be. You hear waves in the distance. As you look around, you realize all you can see are trees, vines, grass, bushes. You're definitely in some sort of forested area. It is uncomfortably warm and humid.
Coriolis? Augury? I'm gonna start tracking through where I'm hearing waves, right?
Yes.
So I'll go towards where that's from.
Probably takes about 5 to 10 minutes before you finally break through the trees and you're met with a vista of black sand beaches and ocean for as far as your eyes can see.
Hmm.
Nice. Just... Hello?
Oh no. Oh no.
It seems to be middle of the day.
Okay.
You're seagulls, birds. A
I
crab
don't have
walks up to your boot, kind of goes to walk on your boot, realizes, oh, that thing's not ground, and then scuttles away.
Now I want some. Just ocean everywhere. Where the hell am I?
And on that note, we're going back to Augury and Coriolis. Brief aside. then.
Eclipse! Eclipse! I just
I might have something. Augury, I would assume, has at least some instinctive knowledge of how to use her.
Some, but before you can do anything, you hear a voice. Oh, you're worried about Eclipse? They probably ran off to save their grandmother. Or they tried to solve things directly and I vaporized them.
Is that a resist influence or?
Augury
Yes,
is going
it
to
is.
grab Coriolis' wrist and start dragging him deeper into the ship.
I'm gonna try to reject his influence. He's provoking me. It's a partial hit. Let me see where that is.
Alright, on a 7, choose one. Clear condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. Shift one label up and one down. Your choice. Cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
I'll cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them. He's compensating, and he's a little baby man because we just destroyed all his little toys, and he's angry.
I also need a resist influence from Augury. Unless Augury just wants to automatically fail it.
Okay.
That's always an option.
I mean, it would make sense for her to automatically fail it, but she also just got the clarity of mind back, so I guess
You just
for
lost
her
your
sake, I should at least try and give it a go.
Alright.
Yeah, so What am I rolling?
Reject influence.
Reject influence. Uh,
It's right underneath the sum of your labels.
Yeah.
Right above flat D.
Oh,
2d6.
I see. Thank you. Any situation?
Nope.
Oof.
Oh dear.
No. So, yeah. So Augury is not going to stop, and she's going to insist on trying to drag Coriolis along with it. Sorry.
You would be marking afraid again. I'm sorry. And I get to adjust your labels.
Great.
Let's see here. I get to mark one down and move one up. You know what? I'm gonna move your freak down by one, but move your mundane up by one. Reason behind this is you're acting very human, being worried about a friend that was very clearly a little bit disturbed and threatened. So I feel like that makes you more human, and you would see yourself less as a monster because you're acting in a very human way.
And also, Augury's magic has been causing her pretty much nothing but problems all day.
So you're dragging Coriolis? Coriolis, how are you responding to that?
I can feel Augury tugging against me. Probably with her superhuman strength, probably a bit more forcefully. I was like, hey, wait, we still need to. He's bluffing. He's not. He doesn't. He didn't do anything to her. We still need to get information from him. Believe me, we got this.
Well, but why can't we get information from him now? We know where he is. He's got no defenses.
Do we actually know where he is? Or is it he's still speaking through the robot?
He's still speaking through the robot. But
I hate it when you're right.
one thing is for certain. There's only been one door that's been locked, that quote unquote locked, this entire time.
So,
Swell. Mechanist. He's saying that on purpose.
You hear a very annoyed mechanator.
Whatever. It obviously not much of a mechanator since all your toys around here were obviously destroyed by me. Are you behind that door? We have a lot of questions that we need to ask you.
Robot goes silent.
Silence is compliance.
Forcing the door open.
He's gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna really waste time. He's just gonna push it open.
I'm not going to make you roll for this one. This research lab is actually relatively small. Nowhere near the size of that engineering bay. There's a guy, probably in his mid to late 30s. Somewhere in that range. Hard to tell. Adults all look the same. Hunched over one of these bots. He kind of turns to look at you, and even part of his face is replaced with some cybernetics. He looks directly over and goes, "Stay back. I assure you this thing could blow at any moment. I am still attempting to sort out its countermeasures."
Augury has a bit of a think about this. If he's lying and he's just trying to buy time, it wouldn't make sense. If he had the chance to bug out, he would have done it already. As much as I do want to turn his face into a pancake.
I have a question. So, I have a flare called Move. Spend 1 burn to move to any place you choose within the scene, breaking through or slipping past any barriers or restraints in your way. If this thing genuinely is a explosive hazard, would that count as a barrier for me getting closer? Could I technically get rid of it?
It's not a barrier of you getting closer. So I don't think that's within the spirit of the flare there.
Yeah.
It's a
in
law
which
instead
case-
of a penalty.
In which case, actually, I do have my advancement, so I'm going to spend my advancement and unlock 3 new flares.
Oh no.
One of them is Snatch. Spend 1 burn to use your powers to seize any one object up to the size of a person from someone within view.
So you're gonna snatch.
Possibly, yeah. It depends also, is like object. Would you call a person an object in this instance too? I could snatch him away from it.
It says up to the size of a person. It feels like they are trying to make a distinction there.
I mean, you know.
So you want to grab whatever he's touching inside this.
Whatever he's referring to as the explosive, and just sort of just get it out of the way. So that just removes the barrier.
As you snatch it, that would make me think it comes directly to you.
Possibly.
Within the next moment, Augury and Coriolis, you both look in Coriolis' hand as he's holding a power unit that looks very similar to the ones that the modified droids had been using on the train. And it begins to flash. Slowly at first.
I yeet it.
And then very rapidly.